Well, in order to try to deal with the scandal that's been dominating the sports headlines and airwaves over the last 2 days, Louisville head basketball coach Rick Pitino tried to stop the presses by addressing the media on Wednesday night. Now, Pitino says that these days he started to take some of the advice that he's been preaching to his players in his last 30 years of coaching.
When you have a problem, if you tell the truth, your problem becomes part of your past. If you lie, it becomes part of your future.
University of Louisville head basketball coach Rick Pitino broke his silence Wednesday on allegations that he sexually assaulted former model Karen Cipher in 2003. Pitino says they had consensual sex at this Louisville restaurant. The renowned coach and married father of 5 apologized to his family.
I let them down with my indiscretion 6 years ago, and I'm sorry for that. And I told them that every single day.
On Tuesday, police documents revealed that about 3 weeks after they had sex, Cipher claimed she was pregnant and was contemplating having an abortion. Initial news reports claimed Pitino gave her $3,000 for an abortion. But a police investigator says Pitino told him he thought the money would be used for health insurance. Cipher had an abortion, and later her demands grew.
Ms. Cipher came to Coach and told him that if he did not pay her millions of dollars, she was going to do exactly what she's doing now.
Over time, in order to keep her silence, Cipher's demands reportedly grew to up to $10 million. In May, she was indicted on charges of extortion and lying to the FBI. Cipher maintains she is the victim.
Every day, there is a new piece to my puzzle. And when this puzzle is put together, the whole world will know the truth.
Pitino, meanwhile, says he is confident his name will be cleared and will continue to do what he loves most.
For as long as they'll have me, I'm going to coach here. I love the game, love my players, love this university as well as this community.
Louisville police and prosecutors say they will not seek to press charges against Pitino, citing a lack of evidence and credibility in Cipher's claims. Meanwhile, Pitino's attorney says that he's asked the federal courts to expedite the case through the system. But, Robin, as you can imagine, Pitino and his attorney hope that this case goes to trial before the basketball season begins.
Well, before then. All right, Kelly, thank you very much for your reporting. Appreciate that. And Rick Pitino also expressed that he told his family about this some months ago and every day has asked for their forgiveness. Earlier, I spoke with ESPN Radio's Mike Greenberg and Mike Golick of Mike and Mike in the Morning for their take on what will come next for Pitino. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Let me ask you this, first of all, Greenie. Will Rick Pitino weather this storm?
I think that he will. I think in general, Robin, in sports, as is the case in most other businesses, you know, your leash is about as long as your track record, and his track record is enormous. He had the #1 team in America last year going into the NCAA tournament. I think if he was a coach whose job security wasn't so good going into something like this, he might not. But a guy like Rick Pitino, I think, will be absolutely fine.
And, Goalie, what are your listeners saying?
Well, it's again, you're getting both sides of the coin here. Some are saying he made a mistake, you forgive him. Others are saying this is reprehensible. He shouldn't be mentoring and coaching young men like this. And Robin, I think the problem he may run into as you go forward here is, remember, he has to recruit kids to come play there. And he's going to have these guys sit in their living room with the parents, and he's going to have to try to explain to them. And is it going to be the kid or the parent that he's going to have to decide or to convince that what I did, you know, I still want your kid at our school?
And recruiting is the lifeline of any university. And, Goalie, he didn't do anything illegal. And there have been coaches in the past who have had indiscretions, and they've lost their jobs. So what's the difference here?
Well, you know what? That's a great question, and that could be up to Louisville, and that could be up to the people that run that school, because at other schools, you hear presidents saying, you know, the integrity of the school. This is one of the leaders of the school. They're supposed to uphold the morals of the school, and we have seen coaches get fired, and that is the next area to look into, and that's going to fall on the leaders of that school to say, did he break that, you know, code in any contract that's, you know, not cut and dry, but an area of kind of a gray area, and I think that's worth looking into, because there absolutely have been coaches fired who have done nothing illegal according to the law.
And what do you think about that, Greenie?
Well, I think, once again, I would go back to what I first said. Rick Pitino is such a successful guy. He is so the face of that entire university that I think he weathers this storm. A lesser figure, they might say, you know what, it's not worth putting up with whatever they'll have to put up with the result of it. I don't think he's actually going to lose that much in recruiting, and I think this will all be forgotten about a year from now if he takes his team to the Final Four.
Mike and Mike, I know you have a busy morning like we do. Thank you for stopping by and talking with us. We appreciate your insight.
Good to see you, Robin. Thanks.
Robin.
Take care. Yeah, their phone lines are buzzing about that. Again, Pitino does not face any charges. His accuser does, and authorities say that Pitino has been very forthright in coming forward and giving them all the information he can.
The situation's not that unusual, but how he's dealt with it is.
He's come forward. Yeah.
Absolutely.